Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a Shark deck profile. So I'm really excited to do some for you guys because this deck is an extremely powerful XZ deck that just got some amazing support out of Maze of the Master. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can come part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go and get straight on into this. So first off, we're playing 3 copies of Surfacing Big Jaws. Surfacing Big Jaws is definitely a 3 of in the build because this card is the Stratos of the deck. And if this card is normal or special summon, you can actually add a fish shark monster from your deck to your hand. But this card is also an extender because during your main phase, if a spell card was activated this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you're going to use this card for an XZ summon of a water monster, it can be treated as a level 3, 4, or 5. We then play 3 copies of Buzzsaw Shark. Buzzsaw Shark is definitely a 3 of in the build because this card is one of the most powerful normal summons in the entire deck. You can actually target a water monster that you control and then special summon from your deck and position a fish monster with the same level as that monster but a different name. And if you do, it cannot activate its effects this turn, which is a really powerful effect to instantly get you an additional monster on your side of the field because this card can actually target itself for that effect. And this card can also be treated as level 3, 4, 5 for the XZ summon of a water monster. We then play 3 copies of Abyss Shark. Abyss Shark is really good as a 3 of in the build because this card is an awesome extender with the effect that if this card is used with XZ summon of a number monster, it can be treated as level 3, 4, 5. And if all monsters you control are water, you can special summon this card in your hand and you get to add a level 3, 4, 5 fish monster from your deck to your hand. We then play 2 copies of Hydrojet Shark. Hydrojet is really good as an extender in the build with the ability if a water XZ monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand, but you cannot special summon another copy of this card for the rest of the turn. This card also has the ability during your main phase, you can actually send a fish shark monster or an XZ spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard, which one of the best targets to actually send to the graveyard is your copy of XZ Revive Splash, so we can actually summon out C32, which is such a powerful effect to instantly bring it out to her side of the field using our copy of Revive Splash. You can also banish this card from the graveyard to add an Aqua Jet card from your deck or graveyard to your hand, which is a great ability to instantly grab your copy of your Aqua Jet Surface from your deck or graveyard to your hand off this card's effect. We then play a single copy of Drake Shark. Drake Shark is really awesome in the deck to be able to basically just special summon to your side of the field because this card has a really powerful effect that if this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can actually special summon this card to your side of the field, which is a really powerful effect to instantly bring this card out to your side of the field just to basically get an additional monster out. We then made a single copy of XZ Remora. XZ Remora is really good as a 1-up in the build because this card helps us get additional monsters out on our side of the field, as you can special summon this card from your hand by actually detaching 2 XZ materials from monsters that you control, and when you do, you get to target 2 level 4 fish type monsters in the graveyard and special summon those targets in face-up defense position, which is a great ability to instantly get you multiple monsters on your side of the field to help you go in for your XZ plays. We then made a single copy of Crystal Shark. Crystal Shark is great in the deck as a 1-of, just to be able to use it as an extender as well, because if this card is used for the XZ summon of a number monster, it can be treated as level 3, 4, or 5, and if this card's in the hand of the graveyard, you can target a water monster on the field, and then special summon this card, but banish when it leaves the field, and if you do half the attack of that monster, which is not that big of a deal, because you're basically just going to instantly use it to help you go in for basically an XZ play. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom's really good as a 3-of in the deck to basically just stop your opponent from touching the deck. We then play 3 copies of Perilia. Perilia is really interesting in the deck because this card can be used as a hand trap or a level 4 normal summon in the deck, which is actually really interesting about this card that it can basically be a hand trap or a normal summon, but this card is really good to help us draw cards in this build. So, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is definitely a one-of in the build to basically just stop your opponent from hand-trapping you while you're going in for all of your plays. We play a single copy of Aqua Jet Surface. Aqua Jet Surface is awesome in the deck. This card is searchable off your copy of Hydrojet Shark, with the ability to let you special summon a level 4 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your hand to your graveyard, but you cannot special summon the extra deck except XZ monsters while you control that face-up monster, which is not that big of a deal because we're going to instantly use it for an XZ play. But this card is great in the deck as a one-of to be able to use because you can grab it out of the graveyard, so it's really cool in the deck to be able to use basically use it as a monster reborn. We then play a single copy of Unveiling Mail. Unveiling Mail is really good in the deck as a one-of because this card is also treated as an Armor XZ card. And also an XZ monster equipped with this card gains the effect that it cannot be destroyed by battle. And once per turn, if this card battles, this turn quick effect, you can actually return one card equipped to this card to the hand, and then immediate effect resolves, you get to XZ summon a water monster, which is a really interesting effect to be able to use. We then play a single copy of Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion is great to be able to play alongside our copy of Ready Fusion to basically just use these cards as extenders in the deck to be able to bring out your copy of Rare Fish, which is a level 4 fusion monster from our extract to be able to make more XZ plays. We then play 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. Triple Tactics Talent is great as a 2-of build to basically let us draw 2 cards, take control of an opponent's monster, or look at our opponent's hand, and choose a card from it and shuffle it into the deck. We then play 2 copies of 7th Ascension. 7th Ascension is really good in the deck as a 2-of because this card can actually search out our copy of 7th Tachyon. 7th Tachyon is insane because this card is basically Rhoda for this deck to basically let us reveal a number XZ monster in your extra deck that has a level or has a number between 101 and 107 in its name, and then you get to add a monster from your deck to your hand with the same type or attribute as that monster in the same level as that monster's rank. And then place a card from your hand on the top of the deck, which is an insane ability to be able to use to instantly use this card basically as a Rhoda for the build, instantly grabbing any monster that you need. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're going to start with a single copy of XZ Revive Splash. This card is really good in the deck as a one-up to basically just send to the graveyard off your copy of your Hydrojet Shark with the ability that you can actually banish this card from your graveyard and then target a water XZ monster you control and special summon from your extract one water XZ monster that is 1 rank higher than that monster that you control by using it as a material, which is a pretty cool ability to be able to use to instantly go for your copy of C32, which is such a powerful ability to instantly bring it out to your side of the field. And that's what I love about this card is it makes it so easy to bring out your copy of Shark Drake Vice. We then play a single copy of Full Armored XZ. Full Armored XZ is really good as a one-up in the build to be able to work with our copy of our Armored XZ package we're playing in the extract, so we can bring out our copy of Dark Knight Lancer. We then play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is really good as a 3-of in the build to basically just stop your opponent's monster effects and also lock down entire columns of spells and traps. We then play 3 copies of Dominus Impulse. Dominus Impulse is really good as a 3-of in the build to basically use this card to stop your opponent's special summons, but it does lock you out of using light, earth, and wind monsters for the rest of the duel if you activate this card from your hand. There's some easy ways to play around that by actually setting this card to your side of the field. But this card is insane in the deck as a 3-of to basically just stop your opponent's special summons as an awesome hand trap. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start off with Bahamut Shark. one of the most powerful shark cards ever printed. This card is an amazing 2-of in the deck, so we're basically going to use this card to be able to bring out our copy of Totally Awesome. Totally Awesome is definitely a 2-of in the build to go along with our copy of Bahamut Shark, to basically just use this card as a walking negate, plus if it does touch the graveyard, you can actually recover one of your water monsters, which is so cool. And let's see a copy of Full Armored Utopic Ray Lancer. This card is really good as a 1-of in the build because this card has the ability at once per turn. You can also XZ summon this card by discarding a spell or trap card and using a rank 4 lower XZ monster you control, transferring all its materials to this monster, and also monsters your opponent control lose 500 attack and defense or 500 attack points at the start of the battle phase. You can also negate the effects of all attacking monsters that your opponent currently controls. And when this attacking card destroys an opponent's monster at battle, you can detach your material on this card to make it attack again in a row, which is a great effect. And let's see a copy of XZ Armor Fortress. Fortress is really good in the deck as a 1-of because you can also XZ summon this card by using a rank 3 or 4 XZ monster you control, and you can also detach materials from this card to be able to add your armored XZ cards from your deck to your hand. We might see a copy of Crystal Zero Lancer. Crystal Zero Lancer is really good in the deck to be able to make on top of your copy of Armored Fortress, so that you can basically just instantly bring this card out to your side of the field and give your copy of Full Armored Dark Knight Lancer an additional material, which is so cool to be able to do, so that when you use your copy of your Full Armored XZ Trap to make your copy of Dark Knight Lancer, it just gives it an additional material. With a single copy of C32. C32 is so cool to be able to summon in this deck, and it's such a powerful card to be able to summon off your copy of Revive Splash. With this card having an insane ability, that once per turn, quick effect, you can detach a material in this card and then target what effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effect. If we do, its tag defense becomes 0, and this card can make a second attack during each battle phase, and also attacks a defensive monster, does piercing damage to your opponent, which is so insane. With my single copy of number 101. 101 is really good to be able to work with our copy of 7th Tachyon, and also it's a really cool card to be able to gobble up your opponent's monsters. With my single copy of Ragna Zero. Ragna Zero is really cool in the deck as a 1-of to be able to use with your copy of 7th Tachyon, just like your copy of number 101. But this card also is pretty cool in the deck to be able to work with your copy of C32. As once per turn, quick effect, you can actually detach a material on this card to target an attack monster your opponent control, whose current attack is different from its original attack, and destroyed. If you do, you get to draw a card. We made a single copy of Krajim. This card is really good as a 1-of build just to pop monsters on the field and also do burn damage to your opponent, and also it makes all monsters on the field become water, which is really interesting. My single copy of Spawn. Krajim Spawn is really good to be able to play in the deck alongside your copy of number 4, just to be able to work with your copy of your Stealth Krajim. My single copy of Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is great just to help you lock down the graveyard. And then finally play a single copy of Rare Fish. Rare Fish is our instant and ready fusion target to be able to play in the deck, so we can basically just use this card as a level 4 monster that we can summon off of instant or ready fusion. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This deck is super fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played a Shark deck before, you should definitely give this deck a try because it's extremely powerful and super fun to be able to just XZ summon into all sorts of awesome cards to help you go in for game. So that's gonna do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you can come per notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.